Hey guys, Aaron here. This week, van life takes me to Philadelphia, and I'm going to show you around.
Party for me, what, work it.
Philadelphia is a great city to explore by foot. Just make sure you bring some really comfortable shoes. I averaged, I think, 6.5 miles over 3 days, 6.5 miles each day over 3 days. So yeah, definitely bring some good, comfortable shoes. You're gonna need them. My walk started in Center City. That's right around City Hall and Broad Street and the Wanamaker Building and the Ritz-Carlton. There's also Dilworth Park and its fountains. I was told that you could let your dogs play in there. There's specifically signs that say no dogs in the fountains, please. So keep that in mind. Not necessarily a place that you can let your dog cool off if you're taking a hot walk on a summer day. And I went from Center City and Dilworth Park and all that down the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, which I recommend doing towards the Philadelphia Museum of Art. There are so many parks and museums along that way, starting with JFK Plaza, that's been renamed Love Plaza. That was after Robert Indiana came up with the Love sculpture. I think it was installed there in 1976. So that's your first major park that you'll head to. Once you take your selfie at the Love sculpture and check out that fountain, you'll be on to Cret Park. Cret Park is a tiny little park on a corner. It's got a really nice cafe, grab a bite or something to drink. After Cret Park, you've got Sister Cities Park. Sister Cities Park is another nice small park. Again, it has a small cafe to grab something to eat or something to drink. A small water feature where people are letting their little kids swim and stuff, or splash around anyway. And another fountain and another statue. Once you walk through Sister Cities Park, you'll be getting to Logan Square. Logan Square is one of the larger squares in Philadelphia. You can see the Free Library from there. You can obviously cross over into Logan Square and check out the Swan Memorial Fountain. Penny and Marshall thought that was unique. I thought it was exciting with all the animals squirting water out of their mouth and stuff. Once you've walked around those parks, the last park that you get to really is Aviator Park. Again, just a nice newly renovated park. Nice place to chill under some trees, take a load off, maybe rest your feet for a minute. Once you walk through Aviator Park, you're pretty much done with the majority of the parks on that row. There are, however, more than 200 parks in Philadelphia. At the Oval, there's always a constantly rotating event schedule. Sometimes there are food trucks there, sometimes there is a little putt-putt thing there. There's always something going on at the Oval, something different. And the Oval is just before you get to the Philadelphia Museum of Art and their big statue, and of course the ever famous Rocky Stairs. Got to go take your Rocky pose with a picture of your Rocky pose with the Rocky statue at the base of the stairs, and then of course run the stairs if you can, or walk the stairs. Once you're at the top, obviously check out the museum, but when you're finished there, exit around the backside of the museum. Around the backside of the museum leads to Waterworks. Waterworks is really interesting. It's an old water pumping building, and there's a dam there on the river as well. And that dam creates a boat basin. And there is Boathouse Row, where there's a bunch of, row boaters that are always out on the water getting their exercise. It's a very nice walk. So along with all those 200 plus parks that Philadelphia has, they also have a bunch of really nice squares or parks in their squares. Washington Square has a beautiful fountain and a Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Then there's Franklin Square, which was awesome. Right now they have a Chinese Lantern Festival going on. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see that at night, so I didn't get to see them lit up, but still got to check out the awesome lanterns and everything. Big, beautiful park. Normally they have a little place to eat there and a merry-go-round for the kids. So along the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, you'll also pass the Barnes Foundation, which is a private museum, the Franklin Institute, the Rodin Museum with tons of beautiful sculpture and a nice place to walk around. A lot of that's outside. The free library, like I mentioned, obviously free, and even if you're not getting a book or anything, it's beautiful inside, so I highly recommend going in there and just to check it out. And one thing to remember about all these great museums, this isn't DC. You'll be paying to get into every one of these museums. I think we can all agree, eating well is part of any successful trip. The Green Eggs Cafe was my first food stop. And people may not probably think of chilaquiles as being a typical Philadelphia food, but you can get anything while you're here. They've got great Mexican, great pizza, great everything. What they would probably think is a little bit more typical are my sides. Got some scrapple, which I'd never had before, to go along with it. It was really good, kind of like brown sausage gravy, but thickened into a patty, kind of. Anyway, good. And the best bacon I've ever had in my entire life. Thick cut bacon, and it was amazing. Unfortunately, I also have to mention that I did pay $15 to park for 1 hour right outside the Green Egg Cafe. I circled the neighborhood for a good 30 minutes and just couldn't find any on-street parking. On-street parking is $2.50 for an hour. So obviously I always look for on-street parking if I can find it before spending 15-20 bucks for an hour or two at a lot. And just outside the Philadelphia Museum of Art, I met a vendor, a really super nice vendor selling water ice. Got my first water ice ever. I can say that it is not like a snow cone at all. If you've ever had like Luigi's Italian ice, it's kind of like that, but then shaved into a cone type of a deal. But I got mango and it was awesome. Definitely refreshing and definitely what you need on a 90-degree day in the city. And of course, what's the one food you can't pass up on a trip to Philadelphia? Philadelphia cheesesteak, of course. I chose Jim's Steaks on South Street. South Street's kind of awesome. It's just seems kind of gritty and more authentic than a lot of the other parts of Philadelphia that just seem like museums and a little Disney-ish. But highly recommend Jim's. It was awesome. You can get it the local way. That is one cheesesteak with cheese whiz and onions. Or you can get provolone, like I think probably most people are used to getting their cheesesteaks. I did try the whiz and onions. I prefer my provolone. And you can't skip the Reading Terminal Market. It is amazing. It's just something that you have to check out. Grab some food while you're there. I got a pork sandwich, which was really good. Not what I'm used to as a pulled pork sandwich from North Carolina for sure, but it was really good. And they have, like I said, they've got everything there. If you want oysters, if you want a cheesesteak, if you want pizza, if you want anything. They've got some souvenirs type stuff there too. There's just so much in Philadelphia. I haven't even mentioned all the tons of things that cater to children. There's lots of family-oriented activities and museum events. I completely left out the Ben Franklin historic Constitution type things that you can do in Philadelphia. There are a million other videos that tell you all about those things. We pretty much just walked around, me and the dogs just walked around Constitution Square and checked it out and didn't really go in to see the Liberty Bell or anything like that. But you obviously can. Many people do. on the east side of town with the Delaware River and everything, you'll find Penn's Landing and all the different piers. Penn's Landing is currently undergoing some renovations and they're redoing it, so a lot of it is torn down. There's a little amusement park over there that you can go to. You can see the aquarium across the river, kind of just check out the riverfront. And a lot of the old piers have been changed into things. So some of them are parks, some of them are apartments, some of them are restaurants. So just really neat waterfront to check out on the east side. There are ships that you can take a tour of. There's the old SS United States. It is very defunct and rusting away, unfortunately, but it's a really cool sight to see. Oh, and I almost forgot tiny little Elfrith's Alley. It is so cute. It's the oldest residential street in the country, I believe. Currently, the oldest consistently occupied residential street in the country. I guess that means that there have been people living there consistently, and they haven't moved out, or it hasn't changed into a different kind of neighborhood or anything like that. It's been residential since the 1700s. So definitely check that out. It's near a bunch of other stuff too, so you're gonna be in the neighborhood. So that's Philadelphia, and that's the first city down on my summer 2024 tour of the Northeast. I really like Philadelphia, you guys. I mean, I already have a huge list of things to do the next time I come back, and I will be coming back. So now I'm off and headed north. I bet you can guess the next stop. Once again, please like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you'd like to follow along, and click that notification bell if you'd like to get notified when the next video goes live. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. If you made it this far, here's a little bonus. Just the extra photos and video that didn't make it to the final cut of the video.
Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody